Call the meeting to order. The municipality of Oakland-Wawanesa would like to acknowledge and recognize that we are operating on Treaty 1 and Treaty 2 lands, being the original territory of the Anishinaabe and Dakota nations and the homeland of the Métis Nation. We have resolved that the agenda for the January 20th, 2026 meeting be accepted as presented with the addition of communication from Clay Quarry under general business and Valley Lodge water credit under the in-camera session. Moved by Councilor McDonald, second Councilor Fisher. All in favor?
In favor.
Be it resolved that the minutes of December 16, 2025 regular meeting of council be hereby approved as circulated. Moved by Councilor Gullett, seconder Councilor McDonald. Any errors or omissions? All in favor?
In favor.
Okay, be it resolved that the January 14, 2026 general accounts payables being check number 8486 to 8553, 8555 to 8565, and 8567 to 8606 in the amount of $274,674.77 be hereby approved. Moved by Councilor Fisher, seconder Councilor McDonald. Discussion? All in favor?
In favor.
Okay, be it resolved that the general accounts payable being checks number 8554 to Riley Gullett in the amount of $1,913.93 be hereby approved. Moved by Councilor McDonald, seconder Councilor Fisher. Discussion? This is for his time spent firefighting up north.
Correct.
All in favor?
In favor.
Your turn. Be resolved that a general accounts payable check number 8566 to Mike Fisher in the amount of $77.58 be hereby approved. Moved by Councilor McDonald, second Councilor Gullett. Discussion? All in favor?
In favor.
Right. Okay, be it resolved that direct deposit 389 being staff payroll for the period December 22nd, 2025 to January 2nd, 2026 in the amount of $14,431.60 be hereby approved. Moved by Councilor McDonald, seconder, Councilor Gullett. Discussion? All in favor?
In favor.
Be it resolved that direct deposit number 391 being staff payroll for the period January 5th to January 16th, 2026 in the amount of $16,575.39 be hereby approved. Moved by Councilor Fisher, seconder, Councilor McDonald. Discussion? All in favor?
In favor.
Be resolved that direct deposit 290 being council indemnities for the month of December 2025 in the amount of $4,839.58 be hereby approved. Moved by Councilor McDonald, seconder, Councilor Fisher. Discussion? All in favor?
In favor.
Be resolved that the January 14th, 2026 utility accounts payable being check number 1375 to 1389 in the amount of $17,754.48 be hereby approved. Moved by Councilor Gullett, seconded Councilor Fisher. Discussion? All in favor?
In favor.
Be resolved that the statement of revenue and expenditures report to December 31st, 2025 be received as presented. Moved by Councilor McDonald, seconder Councilor Fisher. Discussion? All in favor?
In favor.
Be resolved that the bank reconciliation for the month of December 2025 be approved as previously circulated. Moved by Councilor McDonald, second Councilor Gullett. Discussion? All in favor?
In favor.
So. Public hearing, not early for that yet?
No, because I've got them starting now right at 1 and
Okay, be it resolved that the regular meeting of council be recessed to allow council to hold a public hearing to receive representations from any person who wish to make them in respect to a conditional use and variation application. Moved by Councilor Fisher, seconder Councilor Gullett. All in favor? Carried.
In favor.
Sorry, got ahead of myself. Thank you. Okay,
Okay, there is no one in attendance, but if there had been, this would be their opportunity to come forward and speak to a conditional use application that is to allow a non-farm dwelling in an ag zone, and this relates to a previous subdivision by Trees Bank Holding.
here, whereas all representatives in regard to conditional use application number C1/2026 to allow a non-farm dwelling on part of northeast quarter 10/8/17 WPM in an ag agricultural general zone, Trees Bank Holding Company Limited have been dealt with, therefore be it resolved that the public hearing be concluded. Moved by Councillor McDonald, seconder Councillor Gullett. All in favor?
In favor.
Okay, second one.
Okay, the second public hearing would be for a variation application on the same property, and it is to vary the site areas on that same piece of land.
Okay.
There is no one in attendance.
Whereas all representatives in regard to the variation application V1/2026 to increase the allowable site area from 10 acres to 11.60 acres and to reduce the allowable side width from 200 feet to 49 feet on lot 1, located in part of northeast quarter 10/8/17 WPM in an agricultural general zone, Trees Bank Holding Company Limited have been dealt with, therefore be it resolved that the public hearing be concluded. Moved by Councillor Fisher, second Councillor Gullett. All in favor?
In favor.
Communication?
Communications. Under the order of communications, we have received the Accessibility News, their December newsletter. Age Friendly Manitoba provided 2 of their connection newsletters. Agriculture in the Classroom sent in their request for support. The Association of Manitoba Municipalities sent in 3 documents. They are dated December the 12th, the 16th, and the 17th. Environment and Climate Change Canada sent information on their federal plastics registry. The Federation of Canadian Municipalities sent 2 communiques. They are dated December the 15th and January the 12th. The Hudson Bay Route Association sent information on their membership. Minister of Transportation and Infrastructure provided information on their multi-year infrastructure strategy. The Pelican Rock Lake Planning District provided information on amendments to their zoning bylaw. RF Now provided information by way of a staff introduction. Rural Manitoba Economic Development Corp sent information on an upcoming webinar. Rural Municipality of Glenborough South Cyprus sent information on amendments to their zoning bylaw. Transport Canada sent a letter acknowledging action taken. And Western Heritage sent information on their archaeology and heritage management.
Okay, be resolved that the above noted communications be received. Moved by Councillor Fisher, second Councillor Gullett. Discussion? All in favor?
In favor.
Okay, committee reports. Councillor Fisher, you have a written report. Anything to add to it?
I was at a rec board meeting last night and that's about all I have to add.
Councillor Jones has a written report. Councillor Hatch has a written report.
It's Councillor McDonald.
I'm coming up to it. Councillor Gullett has a written report. Anything to add? Nothing to add. Okay, Councillor McDonald, you have a written report. Anything to add?
No, yeah.
Never.
I jumped down.
Okay. I missed some.
No,
I've written a report and nothing to add to it. Gail's report, anything to add?
nothing to add.
Finance officer's report, anything to add to it?
Nothing good.
Public works, anything to add?
Just that we had a resignation and we'll be hiring for the Oakland transfer station.
Fire chief report is there. Be it resolved that the verbal and written reports be received. Moved by Councilor McDonald, seconder. Counselor Fisher. All in favor?
In favor.
Okay, be it resolved that bylaw number 51-2026 being a bylaw to amend fees and charges, bylaw number 08-2020 to replace Schedule C be read a first time. Read that right?
Yes, you did.
There's no discussion on first reading. If somebody move. Move by Councilor Fisher, second by Councilor Donald. All in favor?
In favor.
Okay, under general business. Conditional use application C1/2026 be it resolved that conditional use application C1/2026 to allow non-farm dwelling on part of northeast quarter 10-817 WPM in an ag agricultural general zone being from Trees Bank Holding Company Limited be approved. Moved by Councilor McDonald, seconder Councilor Gullett. Discussion? All in favor?
Favor.
Okay, under variation application V1/2026, be resolved that variation application number V1/2026 to increase the allowable site area from 10 acres to 11.60 acres and to reduce the allowable site width from 200 feet to 49 feet on lot 1 located in the northeast quarter 10-817 WPM be approved. Moved by Mr. Gullett, seconded. Councilor McDonald. All in favor?
In favor.
Be it resolved that the request of Aurora Land Consulting Limited on behalf of Enbridge Pipelines Incorporated for construction of a temporary approach and right-of-way remediation located in Southwest 26-718 W1M, as outlined in correspondence dated December 16, 2025, be approved under the same terms and conditions as the original agreement. Moved by Councilor McDonald, seconder. Councilor Gullett, discussion. Councilor McDonald.
You no problem with this, Chelsea?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. All in favor?
In favor.
It be resolved at the request of Aurora Land Consulting Limited on behalf of Enbridge Pipelines Incorporated for use of an existing approach for soil remediation on Southwest 33-718 W1M, as outlined in the correspondence dated January 13, 2026, be approved under the same terms and conditions as the original agreement. Moved by Councilor McDonald, second by Councilor Fisher. Discussion? All in favor?
In favor.
Okay, whereas the municipal act requires municipality to conduct tax recovery proceedings every year, and whereas council had for the municipality deems it to be in the municipality's best interest to hire Tax Service Incorporated to manage tax arrears recovery on its behalf, and therefore be it resolved that the municipality of Oakland-Wawanesa hire Tax Service Incorporated to manage tax arrears recovery on the municipality's behalf for a term of 3 years. And be it further resolved that administrator be and is hereby authorized to sign the Tax Service Incorporated engagement letter on behalf of the municipality. Moved by Councilor McDonald, seconder. Councilor Gullett, discussion? Councilor Fisher, you have a question?
Nope. Do we have a rate they're charging as per what they're collecting or what?
Bunch of different rates. There are a bunch of different rates, Craig, part of it depending on which part of the process they're in, and that gets charged back against the property.
Okay,
All in favor?
in favor.
Okay, be it resolved that the communication from Clay Corey, directed to the province related to farmland tile drainage impacts on Black Creek watershed dated January 16, 2026 be received. Moved by Councilor Fisher, seconder, Councilor Gullett. Discussion? All in favor?
In favor.
Okay, whereas information has been received from Next Gen Drainage Solutions on behalf of Green Acres Holding Company Limited with respect to a proposed tile drainage project located on South 36-718 WPM. And whereas the concerns expressed by the Public Works Manager relate to areas of provincial jurisdiction and permitting, therefore be it resolved that the request for the drainage permission and consent from Next Gen Drainage Solutions on behalf of Green Acres Holding Company Limited to supply and install the drainage on South 36-718 WPM be approved subject to receipt of the required application fee. Moved by Councillor McDonald, seconder. Councillor Gullett, discussion? All in favor?
In favor.
Be resolved that in accordance with section 8(1)D of the Emergency Measures Act, the emergency plan for the municipality of Oakland-Wawanesa for 2026 be adopted. Moved by Councillor McDonald, seconder. Councillor Fisher, discussion? All in favor?
In favor.
Be resolved that the Manitoba Municipality's online report for the month of December 2025 be received and any necessary actions to the bylaw maintenance program be hereby approved. Moved by Councillor McDonald, seconder Councillor Gullett. Discussion? All in favor?
In favor.
Be resolved that working alone policy number PER 010 be amended to include the requirement for employees working alone to check in every 2 hours and to remove clauses related to the Nesbit office. Moved by Councillor McDonald, seconder. Councillor Fisher, discussion? So the clause with the new Nesbit office is just as the
It related to,
administration side of things,
yeah,
right?
it related to the administration operating out of that office, and we no longer have staff operating there.
All in favor?
In favor.
Thank you. Okay, be it resolved that this meeting now adjourns to an in-camera meeting to discuss items related to personnel matters and enforcement as per subsection 152, 3B2 and 5 of the Municipal Act, and all matters discussed in camera are confidential until discussed in an open meeting as per section 83(1)D of the Municipal Act. Moved by Councillor Gullett, seconder Councillor Fisher. All in favor?
In favor.
Carried. Okay, we're in camera. Okay, be resolved that this in-camera meeting does now resume back to a regular meeting. Moved by Councillor McDonald, second to Councillor Gullett. All in favor?
In favor.
So we have a couple of resolutions. So be resolved that the offer to purchase roll number 94,000, 94,100, and 94,800 located in Rountwick by Tammy Hill in the amount of $1,000 plus closing fees subject to the receipt of all required provincial and municipal permits. Moved by Councillor Fisher, second Councillor Gullett. All in favor?
In favor.
Be it resolved that the per parcel rate for the lagoon debenture on roll number 221518 be canceled and any previous payments be reimbursed. Moved by Councillor Fisher, seconder Councillor McDonald. All in favor?
In favor.
Guess the next one, Mike and I better, probably shouldn't.
We shouldn't be here.
Well, you can do it. It's just your council is on board.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
Be it resolved that the credits be applied to the Valley Lodge water account in the amount of $2,532.82 as a result of a faulty meter. Moved by Councillor Fisher, second Councillor Gullett. All in favor?
In favor.
Okay, be it resolved that this meeting does now adjourn to meet again on Tuesday, February 17th, 2026 at 1 p.m. at the municipal office in Wawanesa. Moved by Councillor Gullett, seconder Councillor McDonald. All in favor?
In favor.
We are adjourned.